It's been about 4 months since I wrapped up everything with Simchelor, and sitting on it for the last 4 months, I have not been happy at all with where it ended. And I know that that ending was quite a shock. I was not happy with the way that it ended, and I realized that it was because of a sim update that totally cucked one of the relationship factors. So now that everything is done and that update is long past, I downloaded new mods to try and accommodate around that issue. So we're back in the Simchelor, and I'm excited to jump back into this series. We're gonna do 3 more episodes to wrap up the franchise. Today, Pedro Pascal is going to be going on a series of dates to try and figure out who should be brought back into the house. Anyone who's brought back will have a chance to win the whole thing. Next week, we will go on individual dates with each one of those people and eliminate someone. And then we will get to the final episode, which will be entirely based on my perception of the entire season as well as your reception to these individuals. So let me know in the comments immediately who you are rooting for as they show up. We're gonna jump into these dates first thing and see how they go. And thank you for supporting the Simchelor. This is the Simchelor. Who will win the Simchelor Daddy? It's a Friday on our very first day back in the Simchelor Daddy edition. So the challenge today is going to be finding 5 Sims who were previously eliminated to return back to the competition. So we are going to be going out on a series of dates with people who I thought maybe deserved another chance. Is someone else in this house? Who's in the house? Jeffrey Landgrab? I don't appreciate that he's here. I'm sorry, you gotta go. Alright, well now that that's been taken care of, Pedro is feeling very flirty and is ready to go on some dates. So let's give a call to some of our old housemates. We're gonna start off with Jasmine Williams and see how she's feeling. I think we should go somewhere really chill, like the Shrieking Llama. We're here at the destination and Ted O'Malley is here kicking garbage. Honestly, I never liked him. And Jasmine is here, our lovely date. Our goal is going to be to try and see if they've got any chemistry that we could bring her back to the house. But she's calling up her girlfriends, telling how bored she is right now. Pedro's gonna suggest a breath mint to her. Because, you know, no way is better to start off a date than to suggest a breath mint. What in the hell? I would have slapped him silly. Next, we're going to tell her that we like her outfit. He's feeling really flirty right now. Did he just change his hair? He's tired of all this garbage out here that Ted just kicked. Whatever she told him to do, I don't like it. Oh, this hair is tragic. It's a very pleasant conversation right now, and it seems like it's fairly flirty. So here's the thing with Jasmine. Before we got to that wretched last episode, everything was going pretty good. I really thought that Jasmine had what it took to go all the way to the end. She likes fashion, she's a sporty girl, she likes to be outgoing, she's got a lot of great interests. And now Ted is here to ruin everything. Ted, I need you to go. He's very mad at Pedro Pascal. And now he's flirting directly in front of our faces with Jasmine. I'm gonna tell him to go away. Wait, what's going on? Excuse the hell out of me? You gotta be kidding. Like, you've gotta be joking. We were on a date. This woman, Brittany, has told them to stop hooking up, and now she's taken Ted out. I think that pretty much secured that Jasmine is out of the running. I can't express how disappointed I am right now. There lies the remains of Ted O'Malley. I never liked him. Well, that was a colossal ass failure. Let's call up our second date. And you know what? While we're at it, let's just delete this relationship. Shall we? Let's forget about her. Before we go, we need to change this dweeb ass hair. There we go, all better. Now let's call up our next date. I've always loved Planet Honey Pop, so let's go there. London is here and is looking great. Things are a little bit uncomfortable though from last time. He really enjoys the color yellow. We've learned that about him, which is a lot more than I think what we already knew, if you couldn't tell by looking at him. It is raining out here, so let's go on inside so we don't have to stand out here in the rain. And Anya Jang is singing my favorite song, Zabule Zabulo. My goal with London will be to try to patch things up. Previously, the two of them had a ton of chemistry. London had won the most challenges and really was turning out to be a solid winner for the entire competition. But things got really weird at the very end of things. It seems that things are still a little bit tense and uncomfortable, even though it's a little bit flirty between them. Pretty much everything they're talking about is leading to negative relationships. I just don't know if there's any way to turn this around. It feels like they've got nothing in common after such a long time apart. The only thing he's responding to is compliments about his outfit. It's now gotten to an offensive status. I don't know if there's any way to turn this around. And that's so disappointing because I had really high hopes that things would be better for London. Pedro is keeping in good spirits though, and his flirty attitude hasn't gone away yet. Surprisingly, they still have a lot of romantic chemistry. Is that enough to make up for the terrible relationship that they both have? And he does get the sense that London also finds him attractive. And now we're getting a completely mixed signal. That's not what I was expecting. Well, they've earned a reward for a legendary date, which, I mean, I guess getting your butt ate at Planet Honey Pop is a pretty decent date. And he's feeling very flirty now. I don't know if that makes up for it all, though. I have a big question mark, and I don't know what to do about this. I'm gonna send Pedro home and we'll attempt another date in the morning. After a quick pee break, I think we'll be ready to go back out on another date. Jesus Christ, how much did you drink, Pedro? I don't think it's healthy to be peeing for this long. Okay, work. Well, I guess let's go on date number 3. It's time to call up Liam and see how things are going with that old flame. And the two of them have spent time at this particular lounge together. Liam was someone who was very popular throughout the entire series, and I was kind of disappointed to see how it all went down. The two of them do have a lot of compatibility, and it's pretty suggestive as of right now. They seem to have a decent amount of compatibility, and I'm feeling pretty confident that Liam might be our first one being brought back to the house. It looks like things are off to a really strong start because now Liam wants to go hook up with Pedro as well. Damn, Pedro's just getting around today. Where was all this energy at episode 9? I am very much feeling like after this snuggle fest, that Liam is absolutely going to be coming back into the house. This is a for sure one for me. I think they've got so much chemistry and they're so cute together. I can confidently say that Liam is going to be coming back to the house. Now it's time, even though he is freshly woohooed, it's time to call up our next date. We have 4 more slots left. This might seem really random, but I'm really feeling like calling up Dallas Lillard and see how she's doing. We're here at a beach bar, and I'm really excited for them to get to know each other a little better. I had such high hopes for Dallas, and it's not that she disappointed me, it's just, it didn't really go the way that I wanted it to. They never really had an opportunity to get to know each other that well, and the first impression wasn't great, I'll be honest. But I've really felt for a long time that Dallas should have another chance. Things seem to be going pretty well, they're sharing memes with each other. I wonder if she can smell Liam on his breath. Things seem to be going well on the romantic end, and Pedro feels like she finds him quite attractive. She keeps showing him memes. Girl, now is your opportunity. Try and flirt back, mama. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. You better get your flirt on. But Pedro's decided to change the vibe of the conversation and talk about dinosaurs and banana peels. I'm feeling fairly confident about Dallas. I want to sit down on this funky couch and chat a little more. But it seems that she's got some other plans. He's kind of all alone at the VIP lounge now. And now she's back. It's only sunset now. They both seem kind of awkward around each other, which is cute. I just am wondering if that's going to be something that will really be long-term. I do appreciate that they can hold a conversation with each other, and even though things are casual, they are flirty. The two of them have come inside to watch a TV show together on this tiny TV inside the bar. Who put this here? I do appreciate these quiet moments in a friendship where you can just watch something together without being interrupted. I think that spells out good things. Overall, I'm feeling a big question mark next to Dallas's name. I don't think they're incompatible, but I also don't know if they are totally compatible either. We're back from a decent date. We still have 4 slots open, and I only have 3 more dates left. I'm gonna call up a damn top to see if he wants a damn Pedro. We're checking out the 8 Bells bar in Strangerville, and Adam looks really good. Pedro is complaining about someone smelling like a toddler, like a dirty diaper. And this happened during the vacation. Does Adam smell like a dirty diaper all the time? Girl, this might not be okay. Adam does look like someone who might smell like a dirty butt. Pedro really wants to chat with Dallas. After he's just got off his date with her, I think that's definitely a good sign. Things are a little bit uncomfortable right now, but that could be just the realization that Adam has clothes that Pedro doesn't like and smells like a dirty butt. Does that make for a good relationship if someone smells like a dirty butt all the time? Maybe we should go inside. Things are getting slightly more flirty. The biggest question that I always had about Adam was he trying too hard? Or was he not trying hard enough? He seemed like he was always really invested in the challenges, but he never really got a chance to get to know Pedro, and when he did, he kind of fumbled the bag. Even now, Pedro is the one who's initiating all the conversation, and Adam doesn't really seem to be vibing that hard. He seems to just kind of like the music in the bar. And of course, he feels like he's got to show off. I'm gonna send them to dance and see if maybe that picks up any passion or anything. But to no surprise, Adam dances like a white boy. He also doesn't really seem to be too interested in Pedro right now. I wish that they would just talk. This is kind of making my decision a little bit easier. I want them to work out, but I don't think they're going to. I think the fact that they can't even maintain a conversation without looking away from each other feels like they aren't meant to be. The date's over. It was not a legendary date. That is an outright lie. This next date I have full confidence will go well. This time, Gino's decided to come over to Pedro's house instead of them going out. Gino was one of my favorites throughout the entire competition. And I really wanted the 2 of them to work out, and it just didn't. He's such a complete cutie, and I love his aesthetic. His makeover turned out so good, and they have a lot of chemistry together. And, of course, Gino wants to hook up with Pedro as well. Where was all of this energy during the vacation? Not this wall being unpainted. Honestly, I think this is a good sign for Gino. Gino's gotta get going, but he did say that we looked nice today. Hey, yo! I only have 1 more date planned. The next person I'd like to invite over is Tevin. But first off, what the hell? Tevin ended up walking out of the competition, which made me feel really bad at the time. I really want him to get a proper second chance. I don't know how proper it is to have just hooked up with someone and have someone else in your home without even taking a shower, still being in your underwear, but who needs to be proper? Tevin is such a cutie. I was so sad that he decided to leave. Things are a little bit boring right now. Tevin just removed his hair. He revealed that he had a bang piece that whole time. I didn't realize that Tevin was bald. I mean, this doesn't change anything, but I'm very upset about it. Let's get to know Tevin a little bit more. We know that he's a jester personality, and Pedro really likes his butt. He also has a giant lucky cat in his pocket. Pedro's asked if Tevin finds him interesting, to which he replied no. But they gained a sentiment from that. You make my day better. That's a wild thing to say after saying you don't find someone interesting. I have nothing but question marks about this. But yet, of course, Tevin wants to woohoo as well. I mean, this is like a merry-go-round. Everyone's getting a turn for a ride. Pedro's eaten the butts of 3 different men in the past 48 hours. What's it like to live my dream, Pedro Pascal? Things are pretty flirty between them now that they've just had sex. And they have a sentiment that they've got happy memories with each other. Apparently, Tevin feels close and they've got a lot of happy memories. I wonder if it's because they're standing right next to that counter that Tevin just got his butt ate on. It's getting really late, so I think it's time for Tevin to go home, Pedro to clean up, and maybe go on one more date in the morning? It's time for our final date, and that's with the very first eliminated girl, Anya Fonseca. I'll be so real with all of you. In week 2, during that horrible set of meetings, I really did think that maybe I should bring Anya back. I mean, she's horny. And what else do you need to know about someone? She was someone I was really excited to see, and she was such a flop. They had absolutely no chance to get to know each other, so I know that this decision to go on a date with her comes out of such left fields. So Anya went upstairs to have sex with some random guy that she met here at the cafe, and I think that's my sign that she went home early for a reason. I have one last option, but I don't know if I like that option. To hell with it, I'm gonna try anyway. Let's see what Sandra Douglas is up to. If she doesn't want to go out, then that's the sign from the world. It looks like she doesn't. Well, that settles it. We had 5 slots that we were going to bring back into the competition. And I solidly can agree, Liam Bowman absolutely deserves a second shot. His time here isn't up yet. Second, who I feel very confident about bringing back, Gino Vo obviously deserves a second shot. And now I had 3 slots and I was hoping to feel super confident about those 3 slots, but I think I'm just gonna add each one of my question marks. And that is London Ivy, Dallas Lillard, and Tevin Cassidy, who's still bald. With these 5 Simchelors, who will win Pedro's heart at the end of this competition? Next week, we will go out on individual dates and take photos with each one of them. This will hopefully be the final chance to really prove how much they care about him and prove how badly they want to win his love. Who are you rooting for? And who do you think deserves to win the Simchelor Daddy edition? See you next time for the semi-final episode of the Simchelor Daddy edition. So we have our candidates. Who are you rooting for the end? Who do you want to win the whole thing? Who do you think that Pedro will end up picking? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you for the next episode of Simchelor, where we will keep things going and rolling. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Goodbye.